Module Overview. Module 2. Abstract art movements and influences provides an in-depth exploration of the major stylistic periods, cultural catalysts, and artistic legacies that have shaped the multifaceted world of abstract art. This module does not merely present a timeline, it dissects the philosophical frameworks, psychological motivations, political dynamics, and spiritual explorations behind the visual forms. It maps out the evolution of abstraction from its early stirrings in the 19th century to the gestural explosions of the mid-20th century and beyond, offering you a complex lens through which to understand abstraction not as a single genre, but as a continuum of ideologies and formal revolutions. The module also explores how non-Western traditions, such as Islamic patterning, African abstraction, Asian minimalism, and Indigenous spiritualism, contributed deeply to the development of abstract languages, dismantling the narrow Eurocentric view of abstraction as merely a Western innovation. This unit helps you begin to identify influences they may want to incorporate, transform, or reject in their own artistic practice. First, early proto-abstraction, pre-20th century. Symbolist influences and spiritual symbolism. The mystical geometry in Hilma of Klint's works, preceding Kandinsky. Art Nouveau's organic abstraction of line and form. Influence of Japanese prints and Eastern design aesthetics on European abstraction. Second, pioneering abstract movements. Cubism, 1907 to 1914. Picasso and Braque's deconstruction of form and multi-perspectivity futurism, 1909 to 1916, emphasis on speed, technology, and dynamism. Orphism, 1912 to 1914, color abstraction through light and rhythm. Robert and Sonia Delaunay. Suprematism and constructivism, 1913 to 1930s. Malevich's Black Square and the Spiritual Purity of Geometry de Style, 1917 to 1931, Mondrian's Utopian Geometry, Vertical and Horizontal Balance. Third, Abstract Expressionism and Gestural Abstraction. Origins in post-World War II America as emotional and political reaction. The shift of the art world from Paris to New York action painting, Pollock, de Kooning, and color field painting, Rothko, Newman, individualism, existentialism, and the subconscious in form, the canvas as arena for psychological performance. 4. Other global abstract movements. Gutai art movement, Japan. Materiality, destruction, and the body as brush Afro-abstraction. Artists like Ibrahim El-Salahi and Uchi Okeke, bridging modernism with African traditions, Islamic abstraction, sacred geometry, calligraphy, and the avoidance of figuration. Latin American modernist abstraction, Lygia Clark and Helio Oiticica's participatory geometry and spatial politics. 5. Philosophical underpinnings. Formalism versus anti-formalism. The influence of Jungian and Freudian theories on subconscious expression. The Bauhaus and the role of design in visual reductionism, art as spiritual transcendence. Kandinsky, Mondrian versus art as emotional catharsis. Rothko, Newman. Learning outcomes. By the end of this module, you will be able to analyze and differentiate between major movements within abstract art and their unique philosophies. Identify and compare international contributions to abstract practices across cultures and timelines. Recognize key artists, artworks, and theoretical innovations that redefined abstraction. Critically engage with the social, political, and spiritual dimensions of abstract movements. Begin to articulate their own visual lineage or ideological alignment within the abstraction continuum. In-studio practice and assignments. Movement-inspired creation. You will choose an abstract movement and create a composition echoing its core principles, e.g., a suprematist, geometry-based piece or a Rothko-inspired color field painting. Comparative analysis paper. Compare two movements, e.g., distyle versus abstract expressionism, focusing on how they viewed emotion, structure, and viewer engagement. Cultural abstraction, sketchbook, weekly visual journaling using abstract elements inspired by non-Western traditions, e.g., African masks, Islamic tessellations, or indigenous pattern symbolism.